Hey everybody, I'm Ilushia. Today we're going to be playing Phantasy Star 3 and it's going to be awesome. So last time we got told, head west and go and find someone named Ren so that we can go and fix some weather control system. It turns out that I was wrong. None of the other equipment that they sell can actually be equipped by anyone in my party right now. So, for the moment, we will not be buying any of it. We are just going to head west. I did, however, pick up 6 dimates and 4 antidotes and spread them between my two characters along with an escape pipe, so we ought to be in much less dire straits in terms of healing and such like for a bit, hopefully. Hopefully, I say, because I don't know whether or not it'll actually work. We're just going to have to hope that it is good enough. Let me see here. Monitor. So you can see I have a whole bunch more items in my inventory. I believe that what I'm looking for is on that rocky outcropping to the southwest of me. Somewhere right around in here. Unfortunately, because the screen is fairly small compared to the world, it's fairly easy to accidentally get lost and miss what you're looking for entirely. Which is what happened to me when I was looking for the town, which is why I'm very glad I bothered to check the monitor. Yeah, you can see where it says we're right on top of it, but it's someplace north of us, probably? It's really irritating because the only way you can see where you are is by checking the monitor, and you can't move while the monitor is up. So, it's like, yeah, it could be better designed. It could definitely be better designed. Am I past the point now? Because it feels like I should be. Yep. Okay, there's the mountains. The monitor also does not actually reflect the exact layout of the world. That may be something new in this version of it, and it may have been more accurate in the original. I don't remember. It's been a long... Like I've said a couple of times now. Probably way too many times, actually. It's been a long time since I played this, so I could be wrong, but I feel like it was like this originally. Just really weirdly laid out. Fortunately, we now do a lot of damage, so it's a lot easier to get through these fights. Picking up that sword helped a lot. Let's see, is this what I'm looking for? Probably is. You notice there's another cave a little bit further to the left there, which I believe I cannot go into. If I try to go into it, it'll complain at me. Let's see. Yep. The cave is blocked. You can't get in. That's the message you would have gotten if you tried to go into the cave that we needed the sapphire to get into without the sapphire. Anyway, we are now at the entrance to a cave, which is where the person we're supposed to be going and finding probably is. Yay, caves! You see, this is part of why I don't really want to cut out all of the fights, because there is a lot of it in the game, and it is a large portion of what makes up the game, even though it could be a little repetitive and boring. Like, I mean, you're going to be doing a lot of that, a lot of fighting, if you bother to play through this game. It is a really good game, though. I mean, both storyline-wise and even just gameplay, like, in terms of the turn-based strategy sort of thing that it does, it's actually not bad. I mean, you're going to spend a lot of time doing basic attacks, I will give you that. But it's not a bad game for the era it was made in. Like, and it certainly doesn't feel bad to play it now if you enjoy that style of game. And we are being attacked by a giant stone head. Olmec? Is that you? What have they done to you? Why are you evil? I feel... I don't know. Yes, like I said, we have not seen the strangest enemies in the game yet. They just keep getting weirder as we get deeper into it. Thankfully, we are fairly strong at the moment, so getting rid of them is not very hard. I also bought an escape pipe. We found an escape pipe in the cave that we visited where we found the guy who gave us the sapphire. Escape pipe just instantly teleports you out of whatever dungeon you're in. So it warps you back to the world map, basically. It's very useful if you're in a bad situation or you don't want to waste the time bothering to walk all the way out. I'm going to burn one of my antidotes. I'm not going to burn my dimates until after I run out of PP to heal myself with. Because PP regenerates and Dynates don't. That's usually my philosophy when it comes to using items in RPGs of this variety, is I won't use them until after I've used up all of my items. Or until after I've used up all of my replenishable resources, because replenishing them costs me something, and replenishing, like, TP just requires I stay at an inn, which I'm going to do anyway, because it regenerates health, which I need. So it just makes sense to me to not bother using them until I'm out of TP that can heal me. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe other people don't like it that way. You're welcome to tell me though. So, bleh. Words. Words, how do they work? Pronunciation. Well, we've been poisoned again. Well, we're gonna come out of this with a lot of money at least. So we'll be able to buy those force boots. I didn't bother to buy the force boots. I think I mentioned that. This is gonna suck. This might actually be a fight I have to run away from. Yeah, I'm gonna try to run away from that, because yuck. If I was in good condition, I wouldn't, but not when I'm down on health, and actually, let me try to anti. Okay, now we'll start using these Dynates. You see why I bought them, though. Because it gets a little tough as you get further into the game. Not gonna lie. It gets a lot tougher when you get really deep into the game. Ugh. Towards the end, we're going to be seeing much difficulty in this game. It's not easy. I mean, for all that you might expect a game of this variety to not be very hard, it is actually a fairly tough game in some places. Because you really do need those consumable items, especially early on, before you get access to a full party and before you get, like, tons of ability to throw heals on yourself all the time. You really, really need to make use of the healing items. Which is something I don't recall having to do so much in, like, 5 or 4, the next game in the series. Obviously, since this is 3. But there is no, like, weird, like, Kingdom Hearts has 1 and 2, but also has, like, 4 other games that go between 1 and 2 that are not called 2, that are just, like, subtitled to other things and are on other systems. Hey, we found another Dynamite. It replaced the one that we used. Yay! Well, one of the ones we used. I think we've used 2 right now. And they're poisoning the guy who's already poisoned. Yay! You can't get double poisoned in this game, so that's actually a good thing for me. Thankfully, the fights are fairly quick. And we are looking for this guy who is in here somewhere. We will find him eventually. Yeah, I know, these dungeons drag on a little bit. It's gonna get probably worse towards the end of the game, because some of the dungeons towards the end of the game get really long. And the next one coming up is the first really, really long dungeon that you'll have seen. And I remember it being kind of awful as a result. Interestingly, this game doesn't actually have very many boss battles in it. Like, you would think, like, at the end of a dungeon you would find a boss battle. Well, you don't generally do that in this game, which is kind of weird compared to other games of the same era. Like, the Final Fantasy games almost always had big scary bosses that you ran into at the end of every dungeon, that sort of thing. You don't see that in this game very much. I think you see it a little bit in the few places, but not very often. Well, we surprised them, so I'll hang around and fight them. If we had not surprised them, I probably would not hang around to fight this group, because this is actually a pretty tough-looking group. Well, not that tough, but, you know, I don't... Ugh! Ow. Glad I struck first there. Well, let me use another antidote to get rid of that poison. And a Dynamite. And you can see why I bought healing items. We are going to buy more between now and the next dungeon. Trust me. You really want them. Hey, there's a guy. Are you the guy we're looking for? Probably. can't imagine why anybody would want to be hanging out in a cave full of killer monsters. Seriously, what is up with people? This is the second person we've met hanging out in the bottom of a cave full of giant killer monsters. I mean, that sounds like a terrible plan to me. Under what circumstances does hide in a cave full of monsters the best course of action? Ugh. Hello, person. Ooh, another cyborg. I'm a Rin-type cyborg, programmed to serve you. I'm a technical systems and combat specialist. Rin joins your party. I don't recall whether or not... Yeah, Rin does have techniques. He does not have very many. He has all combat techniques. So all of his techniques are battle techniques that I will probably never use. And he has no items. Yep. None. How much money do I have? Probably not enough. He does come with an comes with an escape pipe though. So we're gonna escape pipe the heck out of here. So you remember how there was all that equipment that was being sold that I couldn't use? Well, you didn't see me not being able to use it, but I checked it all and I couldn't use any of it. Well, all of that is, I believe, equipment for Rin. You have to buy all of the equipment for Rin. So you better have a fairly large amount of money, because there's kind of a lot of it. Yeah. There are some places where this game is kind of a jerk. Not gonna lie. And we trek back east across the desert, running into much more monsters. I believe that Rin will actually punch enemies. I'm not sure. Nope. Rin's defense increase. That's right. If you have no weapon equipped, you just defend, which makes your defense increase every turn. But we can carry more items at least now. So, there's that, I guess. The next dungeon is quite long, so while this may end up being a very short episode, I will probably just get back to town, get myself set up for stuff, and then save and do the dungeon next time. We'll see. It depends on how long this video... No. Monitor. Okay, we need to head south significantly. Because you know how accurate that projection is. Ugh. Finding things in this game is a little tough at times. Let's head south. Yeah, there's the airport that's right next to the town. I don't remember what purpose that one serves. They all serve a purpose, I just don't remember what this one is. And no, we have Ren in our party. I wonder if anybody says anything different. Love the music in this game. No, that doesn't. Yeah, nobody says anything different or interesting. Oh well. Okay, let's go and see if I can afford to outfit Rin properly. Probably not. It costs quite a bit of money. Let us start by trying to buy him a weapon. I actually already know what kind of gear he uses, so... Hunting shot, yes. Rin. Nope. 600 money to buy him a weapon. Ugh. But holy crap, that gives him really, really high attack compared to anyone else in my party. He's at 80. Yeah, nobody else in the party comes close to matching his attack. Also, he's level 1. I don't know if anybody noticed that. He is level 1. My XP to next level is 27. His is 2. So yes, he starts at level 1, he starts with no equipment, and he's actually one of the best characters in the game. I'm not gonna lie. He's legitimately one of the strongest characters you're gonna pick up for a long time. Anyway, I'm going to save. And I think I'm going to take a break here to go and farm enough money to buy the rest of equipment for Ren. Because I really do not want to try and tackle the next dungeon without the proper equipment for Ren. and then we'll probably rejoin, get to the start of that dungeon, and then call it for the day. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so, yeah, that went on a little long. You may notice that Rin is now level 8. Yeah. So, finding the weather station is actually not very easy. Because you remember how they told us we should go east to get the weather station? Well, they're all lying. They're completely lying. The easiest way to get to the weather station is to go south. It's not. It is to the east, but it is mostly to the south. Here, I'll show you. The fastest and easiest way I've found to get to the weather station is to head south until we hit the wall at the edge of the world. Yes, the worlds have edges and they have walls. We've seen them in the other worlds as we got close to the corners of those worlds as well. And then head east. Because if we head east from here, we go past some... Eventually, we go past this little rocky outcropping thing. Also, it becomes a lot easier to kill things when you have 3 people in the party. So there's a cave here, which we can't go into, like all the other caves, except for the very small number we can go into. There's like 3, I think, we can go into right now. We'll kill off these moose. Lots of money, at least. And just east of this, past this mountains, is a temple somewhere around here. Maybe a little farther north. Yeah, see there's a temple? If I can ever get out of combat... Take 5 steps, get in a fight. This is the weather control station. If I look at my map, so you can see where I am on my map, I am way to the east and south. Yeah, so they tell you to head east. You can also get here by heading east until you hit the eastern wall and then head south to find it, but you don't head straight east. You do have to head south. Anyway, I think this is a pretty good place for us to stop. We've been going for a fair bit. I bought a bunch more Dimates and antidotes, so we've got plenty of Dimates and antidotes. We have like 9 Dimates and 7 antidotes or something like that. So we should be well stocked for our health and poison removal. So next time we will begin our journey and hopefully do the entire weather station. Because, yeah, this is kind of one of the longest dungeons we've encountered at this point. As I believe the longest dungeon in this section of the game. So, I will see you guys next time. Have a good day.